About the 5 main things you should not ever do after having dermal filler treatment. Your makeup that's sat in your makeup bag or in your handbag has been there for days, weeks, sometimes months, sometimes even years. I'll tell a patient after they've had treatment done, okay, do not put any makeup on there for at least 4 to 6 hours, and if you can manage 24 hours. And I'll find them coming out of the bathroom with a full face of makeup 10 minutes after they've had treatment. As microscopic as they are still potential harbors for infection. It's one of the worst things that you can do after having filler treatment done. Hi, I'm Dr. Zoya from Trick One Aesthetics in Mayfair, London, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 main things you should not ever do after having dermal filler treatment. So, number 1, do not touch or try and massage the area. A lot of practitioners will tell you to go home and really massage your lips after you've had lip filler or massage your cheeks, but actually overzealous massage is one of the key things that can cause migration. And also, why are you, an untrained patient, going to be massaging these products? The doctor should do as much of it as is needed in the treatment itself. Also, if you're going to be touching the area after you've had needles in the region, you've got slight open wounds in that area. As microscopic as they are still potential harbors for infection and point of entry for infection. So you want to do everything you possibly can to avoid that. So you don't want to touch the area, rub the area, massage the area. Absolutely no. Number 2, no makeup for at least 4 to 6 hours afterwards. I would really try and help you advise to actually not do it for 24 hours after. The reason for this is very simple. Your makeup that's sat in your makeup bag or in your handbag has been there for days, weeks, sometimes months, sometimes even years, if you've got a really good long-lasting product. And actually they've got so many different bits of infection on there, so many different bits of bacteria on there. So you don't want to then be putting that onto your freshly placed filler or any other treatment that you've had on your face, because that can be an entry for potential bacteria and infection to occur. There'll be so many times where, for example, I'll tell a patient after they've had treatment done, okay, do not put any makeup on there for at least 4 to 6 hours, and if you can manage 24 hours. And I'll find them coming out of the bathroom with a full face of makeup 10 minutes after they've had treatment. And honestly, it's one of the worst things that you can do after having filler treatment done, because if you do get an infection, that's a really quite detrimental thing to happen. You'll have to dissolve all of your filler, be on antibiotics and all sorts of things. So please try and avoid putting any makeup on the area for at least 4 to 6 hours, if not 24 hours. Number 3, no heat. Specifically for the first, I would say, 2 to 3 days. This is because heat in the form of a sauna, steam room, or more likely a steamy hot shower or a bath, or even a really hot drink on a cold day after you've had lip filler done, can really introduce a lot of heat to the area. And heat in the first few days will do a number of things. So firstly, it will cause more blood flow to that region, making bruising a bit more likely and swelling a little bit more likely. Also, what it will do is it can really target filler and melt it in those first few days whilst it's integrating. And you haven't gone through all of that and paid all that to then have it, melt away in the first 3 days. So really avoid hot environments. Number 4, no alcohol or excessive alcohol for the first 24 hours. This is because alcohol induces your liver. So if you drink a lot of alcohol, your liver gets induced or activated, and what it will start doing is it will change the way your blood clots. And this is very normal, but if you've had dermal filler done or you've got a wound somewhere, it'll be more likely to cause a bruise in that region because the blood becomes a little bit thinner, so it will become a bit more likely to bruise and swell in that region. So if you don't have excessive alcohol in the first 24 hours, you're really reducing your risk of bruising in that region too. And that's not to say you can't have a drink or two if you really want to, but if you can, for the first 24 to 48 hours, if you can, avoid having any alcohol. Number 5, no sleeping on your side. This is particularly important if you've had treatments like cheek filler on the lateral sides of your cheek, jawline filler, or even certain things like tear trough filler. This is because if in the first few days you really push and dab on those areas and you're really pushing a lot of pressure on them, you can really distort the filler. And that's because over time it will certainly integrate and you can sleep on your side as much as you want after the first few days. But whilst it's integrating, you don't want to put added extra pressure on it and prolonged pressure overnight, you know, anywhere between 8 to 12 hours, however long you sleep, if you're on that one side really pushing it, you're going to develop a bit of asymmetry and distort the shape of the filler. And generally in life, you should try and sleep on your back, because actually sleeping on your back will reduce the level of bone resorption on either side and keep you looking more and more symmetrical as you get older. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you found that useful. If you have any further questions, then please drop me a comment.